So Joseph, I've had lots of clients that would come to me and they're in a really difficult relationship and they want to leave it, but they can't seem to. It's very difficult to leave the relationship. It just seems to keep going and going, and it's hard for them to get out of it. Do you have any insight as to why that might be happening?
Well, I think it's complicated, but I find one aspect with clients is a lack of self-love. Really a sense of a lack of self-worth that I deserve a good relationship. And again, it's complicated. Maybe we're reflecting the pattern of our parents.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever reason, and so until we build up a sense of loving ourselves enough to, I deserve the relationship of my dreams.
Yeah.
And there's that sense of, well, I've got something, you know? And so many people really settle for something is better than nothing.
Yeah.
That's kind of my experience. How about you? What do you find?
Well, I was thinking, what struck me was sometimes people are like they're trying to get out of a relationship, and to me the word trying always means there's an inner conflict. Like
Right.
some part of them really wants to be in that relationship, and sometimes I think it's true. I think the underlying cause might be that they just don't feel they deserve it. But in other cases, I think there's something they're learning from that relationship, and they haven't really pinpointed it consciously, but they know it's critical for them to be there and to learn what they're learning. And it could be self-love. Well, it's almost always
Right.
connected to self-love.
But I get what you're saying is until they get it, that something in them says, stick with this.
Yeah, and like when they think about breaking up, because I've been in a situation before, in a relationship that I thought this isn't really working, it's really hard all the time, and I want to break up. And I'm not being aware of the parts of me that really want to be in that relationship at those moments. The parts that are keeping me in the relationship, which are obviously stronger than the parts that want me out of it.
Right, right.
And it's interesting, I think I remember what happened to me was when I really got to the place of really letting the relationship go, then I was able to find out what it was
Right,
that I wanted
right,
or was
right.
getting. Before then, I was just so hung up in my complaining about the relationship and saying how bad it was and
Right.
so forth.